Hey traders, welcome back to the FX Heat YouTube channel. Hope everyone is good today. Let me start off with a quick apology. So I missed yesterday's videos and today's London video. My sleeping patterns have been completely screwed up, and honestly been feeling awful after waking up. So just haven't really been in the mood to create videos. But as we had a lot of really interesting price action, I wanted to create one today for New York. And if you saw my weekend analysis, you'll know that the move that I was projecting fully played out. So anyways, let's get into the analysis. So for news, there's nothing really significant to monitor for the rest of the day. But if we look at DXY, starting with the 4-hour time frame, you can see, where were we? Right here on Monday, we had a pullback deeper into demand. Thereafter pushed off of it, giving us a really nice shorting opportunity on EU. Then coming in today at Japan Open, for whatever reason, we had a huge wick down, and thereafter during London we had huge expansion to the upside. And as I mentioned before, this was my liquidity target for DXY, so it's been hit. And if we look further left, I think we need to go on a higher time frame. So we're starting to get really close to a supply zone that we have at the weekly level. Sorry, we've tapped into it already. So this I am going to make visible on my daily and hourly chart so we can see it. And yeah, now you can clearly see that we tapped into that weekly level now. So whether this is a reaction point where we start to push away from the supply, or just continue to break through, that remains to be seen. For now, it's better just to sit back and watch how price is delivered. Just a quick look on the 15-minute. So yeah, here's that crazy wick at New York Open, and then the huge expansion right at London Open. So we had an initial push up after Frankfurt Open, and then we had a pullback, and then on right at London Open, huge expansion to the upside. And as you can see, it's still pushing up as we speak. Now if we go to EU, what we can see is, so this was Monday, so we did some consolidation and thereafter pushed up into Frankfurt, through London, and created this high deeper into the 4-hour supply. We actually tapped the 15-minute supply as well and had an immediate reaction off of it, pushed down. And then today as well, we tapped into 4-hour supply, and then we also have a 15-minute refined zone here that we also tapped in right at London Open, and then had that huge expansion to the downside. If we go to the 15-minute, so as I was saying, consolidation during Asia on Monday, and then from Frankfurt Open we started to push up deeper into supply, and then right before New York Open we reacted, pushed off the supply, and then midway through the New York kill zone had a pullback, giving us entries for the short to take down. And then after that we had some retracement during Asia, pushing up all the way into Frankfurt, and then right at the open, or right before the open, we peaked and tapped into the 15-minute supply, and thereafter that started to push away from it. and then had one more mitigation right at London Open, and then the huge expansion to the downside. And as of now, it looks like it still wants to go down, but it's slightly different than what we're seeing on DXY, because DXY, it's clearly pushing up higher and higher. But on EU, our low peaked on this week, which was about 2 hours ago, and we failed to push down and break it up to now. So for me, I entered several shorts yesterday. 2 were break evens and 2 that ran. Although most is off the trade, the trades are actually still running as we speak. So if I can show you quickly where I entered. So I think my first entry was after this liquidating candle. I entered somewhere over here on the pullback. It came down a little. I set my break even early, and unfortunately got tapped out break even as the price wanted to go higher. I also entered somewhere around here as well. So I believe there was a supply here. I entered probably right at the top of it. Price pushed down. I set my break even early, and fortunately I did, because obviously it didn't go down and aggressively pushed up after. And I also entered right around here. There was a small lower time frame confirmation. You can see this wick coming down, showing intent to go down, breaking lower time, or giving me lower time confirmation. And then on the pullback is where I entered on this trade. And then I also entered one trade here as well. Today I woke up, I wasn't feeling well, I went back to sleep, so I honestly didn't see any of this. I probably actually got up out of bed somewhere around here when the price is already expanding to the downside. So as of now, I mean, I'm just gonna see how far those trades run. I mean, hopefully they'll go a little further. I don't really have much left, so I don't expect to make too much off of it. But if it continues much further, then even that small amount left could potentially be somewhat significant. And as of now, I don't plan to trade for the rest of the day. That was a huge, crazy expansion. We still have New York coming, but what I prefer to do, rather than risking reversals at this point, because I'm not completely convinced that it's gonna reverse here, maybe a pullback, but at the same time it could continue down. And at the same time, I don't want to also risk looking for continuations because of the fact that it's expanded so much, and the likelihood that we do have some kind of a pullback now is very, very high. I mean, we've taken so much liquidity. Come New York, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to have somewhat of a pullback, whether it's a bigger, deeper pullback, or if it's just a small one to push down further. That remains to be seen. But for me, I would prefer just to let the price action develop a little more, come back to the charts tomorrow, see what happened during New York, and then try to understand where price may want to go next after that. Well, anyways, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts about the price action that we saw today, what your expectation is. Drop a comment below. And if you found value in this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to ensure you don't miss any future videos. And if I'm feeling better tomorrow, I'll be sure to get up for London and do a London analysis video. And for those trading, ensure today especially you protect your capital, and good luck trading. Peace.